Well, wouldn't you know it, I had to go and get my other video camera because my cell phone battery died. So anyways, back where we were. It's a 5-foot high by 3-foot door that's going to come out to a 5-foot by 6-foot deck on top of the kitchen. And it's just going to be a place for him that he can come out and hang out. It's covered with rafters, you can see there, over the top. And yeah, I think it's going to be a nice little place once we get everything done. This, just like the rest, will have the slip straw infill and then a earth and clay plaster on the outside. What I didn't get a chance to do last time was take you up on the second floor, but here is his front porch. We went and got this material yesterday. He wanted to do a 4-foot porch, something small and cozy that he could sit out on, be comfortable. And so we went and got this material yesterday and built this. And it's just basically a 4-foot by 12-foot deck. And we'll be figuring out what we're gonna put over the what we're gonna put on as the decking for the deck. We also put in a window which wasn't here the last time that I showed you. This is just single pane windows. We're not trying right now to do anything that's too expensive, and a double pane window is really hard to find for free. So let's see here. Let's go up top. Okay, I had to climb up the pallets, but here you see the second floor, and this is basically where his mattress will sit. We are going to put some type of flooring. We haven't decided yet. We were thinking that since since all of these pallets for the most part are oak, we may just pull the slats off and run them through the sander, and then use those as floorboards. And I think that would look really nice, a little oak flooring out of scrap waste material pallets. But here you can see his roof is 5 foot to the left, 6 foot to the right, so he's got plenty of stand-up space. And then yeah, I mean, it's just wide enough for him to have a bed in here, have a small couple shelves, things of that nature. Here to the left, we're gonna actually leave this as a door to be able to go out to the roof to clean off any material off of the roof that gets clogged. This is going to be a metal roof also, and it will be rainwater catchment, and all the rainwater from this will go to serve Graham's uses for whatever he wants to use them for. So it's very important to be able to get to your gutters and clean them out. So that's what this door here will provide, access out to the excuse me, the first floor roof. And also it's only 5 foot up to the second floor roof, so we'll have plenty of access to the gutters to be able to clean them out. Now I'm going to make my way back down and hopefully not fall. There we go. Okay, and to kind of give you a little bit better of a view, remember the stairs are going to go from down there up top. We're going to have built-in bookshelves behind it, and it's also going to have a table or a desktop that'll go from here, and it'll join into those shelves. And this is where his desk will be. Here to the left, we're going to have a rocket stove here to heat up the place. We'll have some type of a seating, maybe a love seat or some small type of papasan chair or something. And then we were also talking about possibly in this area here building a table that actually folds up when he wants to use it to maybe eat dinner on or something like that, and then fold back down into the wall and then have a chair against it, you know, when it's not in use. Kitchen is going to be single counter. We're going to have a single burner here to the side, and it'll have a sink in the middle, and then we're thinking about putting a small window there to be able to look out. And like I said, it will be fed by the water from his roof. And we are also talking about restroom. Now, you know, obviously being a male, we can just walk outside and take care of business pretty much from any point that we want to. But for the other business, we're using composting toilets and everything else that we have out here. So we talked about, why don't we go ahead and have a composting toilet in here, make it a small unit, something with wheels on it that he can roll out of the way, put in a corner, tuck underneath a table, something along those lines that he can use whenever he needs to. Now the thing, a lot of people when they hear composting toilet, they immediately think smell, things of that nature, flies. Now if you've ever used a composting toilet and you've used it correctly, then you'll know that there's no smell and there are no insects to deal with. And we have some cedar trees in this area that we're going to be using for decoration, and we will have plenty of sawdust from the cedar, but we've also got plenty of pine that we've been using, and we've got tons of sawdust from that. So sawdust is one of the best cover materials that you can use in a composting toilet, and once you put that material over the top of your business, then there's pretty much no smell at all. And if you find that there is the slight aroma here or there, it's always possible to put in some type of a solar powered vent fan that will draw whatever odors outside and vent them into the atmosphere, into the air. Here you can see that Graham has been doing a couple of permaculture techniques. This one here is called hugelkultur, and basically what he's done is he's created a basically a tool to, you can see it here laying on the ground. It's called an A-frame, and basically what it does is you can map out the contour of your land with it. So that's what he's done. He's come through here and he's mapped out the contour, and then he's dug what's called a swale, which is basically a trench to allow water to pool when it rains and then drain down in a certain direction and feed whatever that we've got going there. So we've taken, we've cleared out a lot of the underbrush here, yaupon and dead pine, dead oak trees, dead elm, and we've cut them into pieces and we've stacked them in a pile here. Later on, what we're going to be doing is coming back with something a lot greener and a lot more nitrogen rich, which would probably be grass clippings or some of the straw bales that we have over there that actually got a little bit of rain rot. And we'll be piling that on top of there, and then possibly some soil and things of that nature. And what's going to happen is basically over time this will start breaking down, it will start adding more nutrients, and it will become a grow bed for a lot of the stuff that we're going to be growing here. And we're planning on doing a couple of them around the area, so that way we've got these mounds of rich nutrient packed areas to grow food, and it will become part of our food forest, and which pretty much everything that you see here that is not a tree will basically be growing something to eat, or something to help charge the ground with nitrogen and other nutrients that plants need. We did go ahead and have a well drilled. It is a very nice well. It's 140 feet. Here you can see their slurry pit that they use to backfeed water into the pit so that the drill wouldn't get locked in. But here's our well. We haven't put a cap on it yet, and we haven't actually started using it. We still need to go and rent a compressor to be able to blow out whatever soil and clay is at the bottom of it, and then it'll be ready to be used. We're thinking of something very simple. I haven't decided on what yet, but we've come up with a couple of ideas that we're gonna knock around and see if we can get them solidified. But anyways, this is our well. It's 140 feet deep. We got water at 80 foot, so we should have a pretty good amount of water usage here. We do have a 3,000 gallon cistern. I'm going to show you here. We're going to be using that on the main house, the cob house, to catch rainwater from it, and that's going to be our main usage tank. In the event that we do have a drought that lasts longer than we have water supplied in the tank, then I guess at that point we'll figure out a way to take water from the well and fill up the tank. Here's my cistern. It's 3,000 gallons. It's black poly tank. I had a really good deal. You can go to Tractor Supply Company and